You are 28 years old. You have done everything right. And you are still broke. Not homeless. Not struggling. Just stuck. 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, and your bank account looks exactly the same as it did 3 years ago. That is not bad luck. That is not laziness. That is the system doing exactly what it was built to do. And the worst part? You helped build your own cage. One paycheck at a time. You wake up at 6:47 in the morning. The alarm goes off, and for 1 second, just 1 second, you lie there. The ceiling is white. The room is quiet. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a question you have never let yourself finish starts to form. You push it down. You get up. You make coffee. You drive the same road you have driven 300 times. And by the time you sit down at your desk, the question is gone. That is how the trap works. Not with chains. Not with a villain. Just with the slow, quiet erosion of every morning you let slip by without asking the one question that could change everything. You are making $42,000 a year. Before taxes. After taxes, after health insurance, after the 401k your HR manager told you was a smart move, you take home around $2,800 a month. Rent is $1,400. Car payment is $380. Groceries, gas, phone, subscriptions, another $600. That leaves you $400. If nothing breaks. If no one gets sick. If your car does not need tires. $400. That is not savings. That is the distance between you and disaster. And here is what nobody put in your offer letter. What your manager will never say in your performance review. What the entire system depends on you never figuring out until it is too late. A salary is not a ladder. It is a leash. A comfortable, benefits included, direct deposit leash. Think about what a salary actually is. Your employer calculates everything you produce, your time, your skill, your relationships, your ideas. Then they calculate the minimum amount they need to pay you so that you show up tomorrow. That number, that exact minimum, is your salary. You are not being paid what you are worth. You are being paid what it costs to keep you from leaving. Every raise you have ever gotten was not a reward. It was a recalibration. Just enough to stop you from walking out the door. 3%. 4%. Maybe 5% if you pushed hard. Meanwhile, the value you created for that company went up 15, 20, sometimes 30%. The gap between what you produce and what you are paid, that is called profit. And every dollar of it belongs to someone else. Someone who is not you. Someone who is never in the office at 8 a.m. You have been there 3 years. 2 raises. You feel like you are moving forward. But forward compared to what? The system is designed to give you just enough motion to feel like progress while the gap between you and actual wealth grows wider every single year. Let me show you the math they never showed you. You are 28. You want to retire at 65. 37 years. If you save your entire $400 monthly margin and invest it at a 7% annual return, perfectly, without missing a single month, you will have around $800,000 at retirement. That sounds like a lot. Until you remember inflation. At 3% a year, that $800,000 will have the purchasing power of $250,000 today. That is less than $12,000 a year to live on. For the rest of your life. You did everything right. You saved every dollar you had. And the math still destroys you. This is not about discipline. Not about coffee or avocado toast or subscriptions you should cancel. This is about arithmetic. The arithmetic of a salary-based life was never designed to make you free. It was designed to make you functional. Useful. Present at your desk. Until the day you are not needed anymore, and that day will come faster than you think. Now you are 31. Promotion. New title. Salary jumped to $54,000. You felt it, the validation, the rush, the sense that the system finally saw you. So you moved to a nicer apartment. Bought a newer car. Your lifestyle expanded to fill the new income the way water fills every corner of whatever you pour it into. And 3 months later you are saving the exact same $400 a month. Maybe less. They have a name for this: lifestyle inflation. And it is not your failure. It is a feature. The entire economy depends on you spending more the moment you earn more. Your raise was not just compensation. It was an invitation to upgrade your expenses. And you accepted it. Almost everyone does. Because that is what moving up is supposed to look like. Better apartment. Nicer car. A vacation on a credit card because you deserved it. And you did deserve it. But now you are 31 with less savings than you had at 28, and somehow it still feels like progress. That feeling, that false feeling of progress, is the most expensive thing you will ever own. You go to your manager's office. 4 years in, you have trained the new hires, stayed late, taken on projects nobody asked you to take. You sit down and ask for a real raise. Not a cost of living adjustment. A real number. She nods. She says you are doing great work. She will advocate for you. She uses the word advocate 3 times. You walk out feeling like it went well. 6 weeks later she calls you in. Good news. 4%. $1,800 a year. $150 a month before taxes. About $100 after. 4 years of your knowledge, your loyalty, your relationships, and the company's return on that investment is $100 a month. You say thank you? Because that is what you are supposed to say. Now you are 34. There is a face that depends on you now. A name. Maybe it wakes up at 3 a.m. and needs things. And something shifts inside you that you cannot undo once it happens. You realize you can no longer afford to take risks. This is the trap inside the trap. At 24 you could have bet on yourself. Taken the lower salary at the startup. Built something. Learned something that compounds instead of a job title that stagnates. But you needed stability then. And then you needed it more. And now you need it so badly that the thought of leaving, really leaving, walking away from the health insurance, and the paid time off and the 401k match, is not just scary. It is unthinkable. You have a face at home that needs you to show up. They did not cage you with force. They caged you with comfort. And you walked involuntarily, one responsible decision at a time. The mortgage arrives at $36,000. $320,000. A house in Ohio. You put down 20%, $64,000 that took 8 years to save. Monthly payment is $1,460. With taxes, insurance, and maintenance closer to $2,000. You are now financially welded to this job, this city, this salary, in a way that is almost mathematically impossible to reverse without losing something that matters. Here is the thing nobody will ever say to your face. You are not trapped because you made wrong decisions. You are trapped because you made every decision you were told to make. The house. The car. The family. The retirement contributions. You followed the script perfectly. And the script, the one society handed you at 22 with a diploma and a handshake, leads exactly here. To this desk. To this ceiling. To this $400 margin and a retirement plan that will not survive reality. Now let me tell you what the people above you actually know. Wealth is not built with income. Wealth is built with ownership. Look at the org chart. Your manager owns nothing. Your director owns a little. The VP owns equity. The founders own everything. Every level up the chain the compensation structure changes. Less guaranteed salary, more ownership. Because ownership is what compounds. Ownership grows while you sleep. Ownership is the difference between retiring at 65 with $800,000 and never having to think about retirement at all. The people at the top of your company did not get wealthy because they worked harder than you. Most of them did not. They got wealthy because at some point, some specific moment, they stopped selling their time and started owning something that created value beyond the hours they personally put in. You cannot do that with a salary. A salary is a one-to-one trade. Your hour for their dollar. You stop working, the money stops. There is no compounding. No leverage. No multiplication. Just the same exchange, repeated 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, until your body slows down or the company decides your position no longer fits the new direction. You are 38. The company announces a restructuring. Right-sizing, they call it. 12% of the workforce. You survive, this time, but 2 people you ate lunch with for 6 years are gone by Friday. Badges deactivated. Email addresses bouncing. 6 years of loyalty, institutional knowledge, real human relationships, turned into a severance package and a LinkedIn recommendation before the week is out. You sit in your car in the parking garage for 20 minutes before you drive home. You do not cry. You just sit there. Engine running. AC on. Staring at the concrete wall. And the question that has been forming since you were 28, the one you push down every morning with coffee and routine and the small comfort of a direct deposit notification, finally finishes itself. What if I do everything right for the rest of my life and it is still not enough? The answer does not arrive like a revelation. It arrives like a slow exhale. Quiet. Clear. Final. It won't be. Not like this. Not with a salary that trails inflation. Not with raises calculated to keep you here instead of help you grow. Not with $400 a month going into a retirement account that math has already proven will not last. Not with a career built entirely on someone else's company, someone else's vision, someone else's ownership. The game was never designed for you to win. It was designed for you to play. Reliably. Quietly. Without too many questions. And the moment you stop playing, the moment you become inconvenient or expensive or redundant, the game moves on without you. It already has a replacement. It always does. The people who actually escape this, the ones who stop worrying about money in their 40s instead of never, they did not find a better salary. They stopped playing the salary game entirely. They built something they owned. A business. A portfolio. A skill that creates value while they are asleep. They chose the discomfort of uncertainty on their own terms instead of having uncertainty chosen for them on a random Tuesday during a restructuring call. They did not get lucky. They got honest earlier than most people are willing to. And here is what I want you to actually feel right now, not just hear, but feel, because this is the part most people scroll past and then wonder why nothing changes. You are going to remember this moment. Not because of anything dramatic, but because somewhere in the next 60 seconds you are going to make a decision. You are going to either close this video and go back to the same week you have been living, or something in what you just heard is going to stay with you. Not as motivation. Motivation fades by Thursday. As a question. A real one. The kind that does not leave. How do I stop selling time and start owning something? That question, if you let it stay, will do more for your financial life than any raise you will ever negotiate. The parking garage is quiet. Your phone lights up. Slack notification. Monday morning meeting request. You look at it. You look at the wall. And somewhere across the city, in an apartment you will never see, a 23-year-old just opened an offer letter. $41,000 a year. Benefits included. They are texting their parents. They are crying a little. They are telling everyone they made it. The system just found its next participant. The cycle, quiet, invisible, infinitely patient, starts again. And the only question that has ever mattered is the one you keep deciding whether or not to finish asking.